A little bit from Omaha, Nebraska, and you drive down the road a little bit, you go and place them Chicago. See? And out of Chicago, Chicago have a son, and his name is Black Ice. That's what the people call him. That's not the name his mother gave him, but he might want to tell her that. See? Black Ice form an international poetry organization, right? It's poets, you know, people of extraordinary talent. See? And Black Ice is here once more. This band was here in Jamaica last year, and in forward this year for kind of make Jamaica feel him again. See? So put your hands together, people. Make a step closer. Just step a little bit closer while Black Ice make him way to the stage. Round of applause, please. Round of applause. Selassie, I love the island.
Much respect for my man Rasta Kura. Give that brother a nice round of applause. I bring greetings from Chicago, your brothers and your sisters who are called African Americans but are the Israelites, the lost people of the true land. And I send greetings to my Jamaican brothers and sisters who are indeed the Israelites of the land. Now, when I say get your knee off my neck, I need everybody to say, I can't breathe. Get your knee off my neck. 400 years of disrespect, inequality, and it's bothering me, but they not listening. The only time they seem to pay attention is when we're looting and breaking something. But you're too blind to see that this is live on TV. Unscramble the line, straighten the antenna. Let's go back to 1619 Virginia, America. This is where we stepped off the slave ships and stepped on the auction block. Sold to the highest bidder like livestock. Since that moment, we've been playing on two separate fields to two different clocks, and you got the nerve to use your stopwatch. How am I ever going to catch up to you when you've had a 400-year head start? Back then, they made it unlawful for us to read, but now they're trying to make it unlawful for us to breathe. Get your knee off my neck. Then in 1863, we thought that we were freed. But Galveston, Texas denied our freedom for 2 more years. This is why we celebrate Juneteenth, our Independence Day. But let's fast forward to May 31st, 1921. A mob of white men with guns and white sheets burned down over 35 square blocks of businesses and over 1,200 homes in what would later be known as Black Wall Street. And you wonder why the unemployment in my community is so high. It's because of that knee. Get your knee off my neck. The odds have been against us since the day that we were born. And some of these racists have traded in their white sheets for black robes, suits and ties, and police uniforms. Let me clarify. All cops are not bad cops. But when you stand there and watch, look at your watch while 9 minutes and 20 seconds go past, knee on neck, I can't breathe, then the good cop becomes just as guilty as the bad cop. As a matter of fact, that makes you an accessory. Sometimes I think they love to see black men wearing accessories like hands and cuffs and chains. Since slavery, we've been beaten, whipped, handcuffed, and chained, and this is a stain on America's history. But when will it change? America, we still haven't forgotten your original sin. And the reason why America was so great back then is because we were her human cotton gin. So when you say let's make America great again, are you saying that you want us to go back to picking your cotton again for free? We had no choice because of that knee. This is something that they tried so hard to avoid. Well, today we want justice from Emmett Till to Jacob Blake to George Floyd. Get your knee off my neck. I can't breathe. That's that piece, y'all. I need y'all to make some noise right now, Jamaica. Anybody know that it was a black man that founded Chicago? He went by the name of Jean Baptiste. Point du Sable. Let me tell you the story. I come from a royal bloodline. My ancestors were kings, queens, and prophets. From Israelite to African, Haitian slave, life for my people was very modest. My grandparents landed on the shores of Saint Domingue by way of slave ships. They gave birth to my mom, who gave birth to me around 1746. My father, Point du Sable, was a Frenchman. My mother, Susanna, a slave lady. My people were slaves under the French when Saint Domingue became Haiti. But thanks to a 13-year revolt war led by Toussaint Louverture, Haiti would gain its independence in 1804, but I digress. I soon would leave the only home I knew. I was a skilled mariner who traveled the seas by way of ships. From my father, I learned the way of politics and sailed from Haiti to New Orleans around 1766. There I became friends with many of the native tribes. They taught me the ways of the land, how to develop it, farming, and how to get by. And when beef among native tribes began to increase, blessed are the peacemakers, I kept the peace. And among the native tribes, I met a beautiful girl named Kitty Hawa, and she became my wife. She gave birth to Jean Jr. in 1773, and a daughter, Suzanne, who I named after my mom who died. She was born 2 years later, in 1775. Shortly thereafter, I was approached by the British to fight, but I refused to fight in the Revolutionary War. God had something much more greater for me in store. I would take my family and leave New Orleans to settle in an unsettled land to build something new. A place with no slaves, no masters, not ruled by any foreign power. This place was called East Chicago, or in case you didn't know, East Chicago later became known as Chicago. I developed a successful trade post there. Developed over 800 acres of swampland. I was a skilled interpreter, skilled in English, Spanish, Haitian, and many of the native languages. The Europeans would travel to my trade posts to buy their fur. So when you gaze upon the Chicago River, see me. When you travel down to Savo Lakeshore Drive, see the harbors and that beautiful skyline, see me. I am the founder of Chicago. Not that I was the first one there, but I was the first to arrive. Established trade. I had no slaves. I am the father of Chicago. My name is Jean Baptiste Point du Sable. That's that P-Show. Yes. So for 200 years, Chicago did not acknowledge its founder because he was a black man from the Caribbean. We marched, we protested, we sent letters to the mayor, we invaded city council, and I am proud to say that I am part of that Chicago history that got the Lakeshore Drive popular street name renamed to our founder, Jean Baptiste Point du Sable Lakeshore Drive. That's history, y'all. Hold on. So let me ask y'all a question because I haven't heard too much love here. Do we have any married couples that are here in the building today? We have any relationship in the building today? How many people know that when a man finds a wife, he finds him a good thing? Let's go, DJ. We've been waiting on this moment for years, and we finally got over all these fears, and we realized there ain't nothing else out there for us but drama and hard times. But when God sends you a gift in someone, it may only come once in a lifetime. And there's not a day that passes that I don't have thoughts of you in. And I may not be able to promise you the riches of this world, but I'm guaranteeing my love for you. And I'm offering that love for you by asking you to take this ring. Because the Lord told me, he said, son, when a man findeth the wife, he findeth a good thing. See, you gave me exactly what I needed, and it's not often that a man has a chance for his life to be completed. But as a result of our achievement, Satan has been defeated. And this is where it all begins. Take that ring as a symbol of an unbreakable love that can't even bend. And baby, I don't need no one else but you and God, for you are my best friend. And like most men, we run from commitments. But there comes a time when a man gets tired of running. And baby, what I found in you, I describe in the words of Maya Angelou, because you are a phenomenal woman. And as for love, I wouldn't have known a thing if you had to come and taught me what love really means. And if God had to show me in a dream, I wouldn't have known that the day that I found you, that I found a good thing. Today is the day that we transform our relationship from mental and physical into spiritual. And after years of patiently waiting, I've received my modern day miracle. And a miracle only happens a few times in a man's life. One in the birth of a child, and another in the finding of a wife. But the most important is giving your life over to Christ. So make God your foundation and stand strong and don't worry about the storms. Because as long as we keep our hands in God's hands, nothing can go wrong for long. And as long as we keep our faith strong, together we make a perfect team. And together we can achieve all that we can conceive and dream. Because the day that I found you, Black Ice found a good thing. We found ourselves at the end of the rainbow. And you can see that very treasure is either right now or never. God blessed it and placed it before our feet. And now it's up to us to make it last forever. Cause see, you're the air that Black Ice breathes. And every good thought that I conceive. The reason why I believe that you complete my cipher. Because you give me everything that I want and everything that I need. You're my soulmate, my rib, my helpmate, my wife. And it comes into my world, girl, you've done for me what no one else has ever done. You've completed my life. You keep me grounded when I need to be. And you're the wind beneath my wings. You've given me guidance, direction, and purpose in life. Because the day that Black Ice found you, baby, I found a good thing. That's that poem, y'all. We got anybody up in here by round of applause that still believe in love? Make some love, make some noise for love, Jamaica. I want to close out with this last poem. This poem right here was featured on IRI FM. And the name of the poem is called The Elevator. Somebody say The Elevator. In life, you're always going to have steps and levels where you're going to lose people along the way. Let's get to elevator. There's this elevator, right? It's full of people. Some family, some friends, some strangers, but you're all in a basement. The basement represents that brand new idea that was blessed to be manifested in your mind. But by the time you share your idea with the 10 people standing in the elevator next to you, some of them get off before the door even closes. Sort of like those so-called friends. The ones who you thought would be there through thick and thin, down to the end, didn't even make it to the first floor. The door closes. The elevator rises. Much to your surprise, you're making progress. The bell rings, you're at the first floor. The door opens, and guess what happens next? Those childhood friends, well, they got goals of their own. Time for you to be strong, because you're going to lose some of these friends during this ride and feel alone. But as they walk out, a few more friends walk in. You started off with 10, but now you're down to 8. Now one of the new friends who just walked in pressed floor 2. So you know what that means. The next time the elevator door opens, they'll be going too. But before they left, they introduced you to one of their friends, who became your friend. Then y'all became close like kin. The door opens at floor 2. You lose a few, but one man walks in, and he becomes your boyfriend. And now we're down to 7. Now only 4 out of the 7 are the original occupants that you begin with. In all, there are 2 strangers, 1 cousin, your mom, 1 friend, 1 new friend, and a boyfriend. Now the elevator passes floor 3. Seems like life is finally looking up. But just as soon as you get comfortable, you're at the 4th floor and a door opens up. You're staring death right in the face. Quickly you step back, he reaches in his arm and unexpectedly takes your mom. Everyone in the elevator consoles you, but this takes an emotional toll on you and your relationship. Everything you ever believed in or ever knew about is in doubt. You become so emotionally cold that right before the doors close, your boyfriend walks out. What's to expect by floor 5? Now what just happened on the 4th floor was a game changer. But before floor 5 arrives, you will lose one of those strangers, but before he leaves, he whispers to you, "There's something that I hope that you see." She said, "What's that?" That God wants you to go through everything that you're going through in order for you to get to where it is he wants you to be. He leaves. 4 remains, only 1 more floor to go. But between the 5th and the 6th floor, you notice something. The other stranger reaches around you and hits the stop button. Everything is frozen except you and him. He said, "Okay, I think it's time for us to talk." Now, I've been here since the beginning, and I've seen everything that happened, and not once did you ever acknowledge me. I even gave you words of encouragement when you lost your mommy. I thought at that point, you would want to get to know me. Look around. Out of the 10 that you started out with, there's only a few. Now you have a choice or 2. You can continue on. Use the experience of what you've been through to help heal, or you can do what you've been thinking, go in that purse and take those pills. She said, "No, I want to live." Well, then you need to learn how to forgive. She now knew who she was talking to. She takes a deep breath and asks for forgiveness, but he said, "I'll forgive you when you learn how to forgive yourself." He pressed the button. The bell rings. The door opens at the 6th floor. To your surprise, your ex-boyfriend is standing there, offering you his hand. You turn right around, look at that man right in the face, and smile. Jamaica, out of the many people that have come into your life, you've already lost the majority. Expect for the ones closest to you to let you down, to disappoint you and break you, but don't you change, stay you. And at the end of the day, when you place your family and friends before God, he will remove them to show you that he's a jealous God. And none should be placed before him. Trust him to know that he will replace everything stolen, restore everything lost, and heal everything broken. See, in life, you're going to have some knockdowns on the way up. But it's not about how many times you get knocked down. It's about how many times you get back up. Thank you, Jamaica. Love you. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Yes, I give it up for Black Ice one more time. One more time for Black Ice. Yeah. Want to say more Black Ice? Want to hear more Black Ice? Or that is nice. Want to say aye? Alright. Once I give time for the item again once more to come forward to this event, this Sport Words and Argo Festival, One big up my virgin by the left of the one men cook, one of the big poet them. So I said, them man there are some bomb poet ones.